Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, Random County. Welcome to another episode of the Random and Roulette Podcast. I am your host, the lemonade you left in your car as you drove away. And I'm joined by the always fantastic Spooky Suki.
That seems oddly specific.
Yeah, I think I might have... Okay, so remember the last time I went to Menards and I got that weird lemonade? I was like, oh yeah, no, like I've done research. It's actually the best lemonade. It's called Calypso. I was there previously with... I think New Kid, and I had it, but I got a blue one. And I remember I was getting stuff out of my car, and I set it on top. And then, like, as I was getting ready for bed, like, I saw it out the window. It's like, oh, shit, that's still my car. But I don't remember if I actually grabbed it.
What?
Because when I got home from work the next day, I went to go look for it because I thought it would be in the fridge, and it wasn't there. And I was like, that means I probably rode in my car for a while.
Why didn't you, like, when you saw it, just go get it?
Because I didn't have the equipment to go outside.
Just put some fucking pants on. Jesus Christ. It's not that hard.
I was already in bed. It's like, I'll get that in the morning. And then, of course, in the morning, I don't want to actually wake up until, 3 hours into my shift. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And then I actually went, looking for it. I was like, oh, did it, roll off my car and it's it's in my lawn now? Or, did it shatter on the street because it's a glass bottle? And I couldn't find it. So I'm like, well,
Gone
bye forever.
Gone forever. Maybe you'll find it in your fridge in, 3 weeks.
Probably.
What the hell?
No, that's a thing. My oldest brother has this theory that, time and space aren't linear. The space you're in isn't always the same space that you're in.
You guys are just... off on your crack theories all the time.
Oh, we had a lot of hangout time this last week. We had the family reunion.
Oh, the family reunion, yes.
Yes, all of us.
I feel like that's not a normal people thing to do, is that fucking family reunions.
That's is a normal thing.
So goddamn weird.
Oh, we're kind of spread out. We don't see each other, but
Stop normalizing weird shit.
No, keep normalizing weird shit.
No, the dumb weird shit. The good weird shit, that's fine. Dumb weird shit, that's from past bullshit.
Well, that's
no,
absolutely
Make
subjective.
New shit. Make new shit.
Okay, so if you want to bring back, or if you want to spread weird stuff, apparently you have to clear it with Spooky Suki.
Yep. That's the law around here. All right. I don't know. I don't want anyone's dumb weird shit. I want the cool weird shit, and that is all. Get out of here with the dumb shit.
Speaking of weird shit, I don't know. Well, no, we probably can do a whole episode after that. But an old lady died twice.
Yeah, I had that on mine for the next episode, you bastard.
Okay.
But yeah, that would be in near us too, in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah.
I don't know if you read the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, she hold on. I have exact times. So she was pronounced dead at the nursing home at 9:45 a.m. She was then taken to the funeral home, where she arrived around 11:45. And then they realized that she was still breathing, so they took her to the hospital, and she was actually pronounced dead at 4 p.m. So yeah.
Had they already started the embalming process?
No, because then she would be definitely dead.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
Well, no, that's how do they figure it out? First off, someone fucked up.
Yeah, well, it had said that the guy that was getting her ready was they must have been taking her out of the bag, and he noticed that she was still breathing. It was oh no. So then he called the ambulance, and they took her to the hospital, and then she actually died at 4. So I wonder if they took her back to the same funeral home.
Yeah, it's no, we're real this time.
We're sure this time, all right? We watched for a while and made sure. But how did they mispronounce it to begin with?
I don't know. I guess if they just...
I guess nursing homes don't have the best staff ever for medical stuff.
Well, yeah,
so.
but to pronounce someone dead, you have to have, a doctor has to pronounce death.
No.
No?
Not at nursing homes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's not how that works.
Huh.
Yeah, a nurse can pronounce somebody dead. That's how it goes. I don't know where that, like, it has to be a doctor thing came from. I think it's from, like, medical TV shows.
Yeah, it's probably from
where
medical
that
dramas.
myth came from. But no, you can be a nurse and pronounce someone dead. But you do have to, like, look for the signs of life. So I wonder what they missed there. I don't know. But I have heard of, like, heartbeats being slow enough where you...
Yeah, or like pulse is just really weak.
Yeah, can't really detect them, but... I wonder if that poor lady knew what was going on. Or if she was far enough along in death stages to not be really aware. Which would probably be better, because that would be pretty spoopy.
I think, well, I know medical dramas, but I think there's an episode of House that's like that. Where like they're actually starting to do like the Y cut on the chest for the autopsy, and he starts bleeding. It's like, dead people don't bleed.
Yeah.
Because they have no blood pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's usually as far as they get. And they're like, oh, this is incorrect. Time to send you back. But, yeah, I don't know how... I'm sure it doesn't happen very often anymore. I'm sure it did happen a lot back in the day.
Yeah, because they would have death bells.
Yeah, you'd ring them.
Yeah, like you would be in the ground, and there would be like a string like tied to your hand.
Yeah, the fun one that I... had read about is a lady had passed away from an illness. So they put her in, this is when they still use crypts. So they put her in like the underground crypt thing that they had. And I think it was like 3 days or something. She came back limping into her house. She had a leg injury or something. And scared her husband so bad that he died instead.
Oh no.
And she lived on for another, I think it was like 20 years or something. So a long time. But yeah, I'm sure it happened a lot back in the day.
Time to live after you're dead.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why they thought she was dead in the first place, but yeah. Shit happens, I guess.
You said this is a long time ago,
Yeah,
so it was before people believed anything women said.
I mean, or that. I don't know. I don't think they wanted them to
die.
die.
No, you're definitely dead. It's like,
I don't think they wanted them to die because then nobody would do their shit for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What else did I have? Oh, I had some space news.
Space news?
The Starliner has launched and docked with the International Space Station.
Is that the SpaceX one or is that the Boeing one?
That's the Boeing one.
Yeah.
That's the one that was like, we have some helium leakage, so we're going to have to postpone this launch. And now they actually did launch it, and it's supposed to be docked onto the International Space Station for at least 8 days to conduct tests and whatnot. But they did have like a thruster issue. And it actually wasn't with the actual thrusters. It was with the software.
Oh, geez.
Apparently something had clicked, don't use the thrusters or something.
Oh.
In the thing. Or something had coded to click that off or whatnot. And but they got them back online for the docking. So good deal there, I guess.
Okay, so like you don't, I guess you don't have like a new car like that, but okay, you know how like all new cars have like giant touchscreens and crap?
Yeah.
It's like, and if that breaks, you don't get like your heated seats, you don't get your HVAC, you don't get your radio, like everything breaks.
Yeah, that's why I don't want a new car.
Yeah. The SpaceX Dragon capsules are like that.
Yeah.
Like that's their interface is a touchscreen. It's like,
good luck.
What if this breaks?
Well, everything can be controlled from the ground anyways. So it's not really that big of a deal with that because they just have to like,
it's like, hey guys,
radio them and be like, hey, can you fix this? Or hey, can you do this because the touchscreen is broken? All of those space things are run from the ground, basically.
Yeah, but like if you look at the inside of the International Space Station, even like, you know, if you ever see the inside of the cockpit of like the space shuttle or the Apollo capsules, like everything is analog. Like everything is a toggle switch.
Yeah, you know when that shit was made?
Yeah, in the 60s.
Before all that shit existed. Of course it's that way now.
Well,
oh, man. That's not how it works, man. What else do I have? So, a historic castle in Mexico.
they have castles in Mexico?
Yeah.
I thought they had pyramids, like temples and stuff. There's castles?
They
I thought
don't
castles was a
have
European
fucking
thing.
pyramids? What the hell?
Yes, they do.
Not the same as, okay, you say pyramid and people think the Egyptian pyramids, and it's not the same as those, okay? Don't call them pyramids.
Aztec pyramids are a real thing.
They need a different name.
They're in
for 'em.
Tulum.
Anyway, apparently they had been flying a Targaryen flag for some reason,
Like,
and officials are not pleased about it.
like from Game of Thrones, like
Yes,
the
from Game
three-headed
of
dragon.
Thrones,
That's
yes.
hilarious.
Yeah. So I think there might be some trouble there
Hmm.
in their future, whoever decided to do that.
Like, is it like a state monument thing, or is this like a
Yeah,
castle
it's
that
like
someone
it's
bought?
like a historic monument.
Oh, okay. Because like I know you can like buy castles in France.
Yeah, for cheap.
They're cheaper than houses in LA.
But there's a stipulation behind that. Have you ever read like the fine print of those? You have to fix it up.
Oh,
And
like
you have to
modernize
maintain-
it, or
No, but like you have to maintain it and fix it and like keep it decent. And that's a lot of money. That's why
Nah.
nobody wants to do it.
but,
So much money.
but you could live in a castle and have a moat.
Yeah, you have to pay for all that.
Mm,
Just because it's cheap to begin with, it's not in the long run.
relatively speaking, cheap.
Yeah. So another lovely piece of news that I read. The lead singer of a legendary Motown group, Four Tops.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean they were all right. So he went to the hospital and he was concerned about like his safety and like the public and whatnot, because they were a pretty big deal. I'm not gonna lie, they were a huge deal. So he was worried about all of that and whatnot, and saying, "Hey, I was the lead singer of this group, and I have to worry about like paparazzi and stuff and whatnot." And they put him in a straitjacket because they thought he was Delulu
No.
for an hour and a half, and so he's suing them because he brought up like legit concerns,
Yeah.
and yeah, they were like,
I
"No,
don't think they use straitjackets anymore.
No,
I thought
they
couldn't
do.
use like physical restraint like that.
no, they can use physical restraints though. Everybody can use physical restraints though. I don't know where, like,
No, because it was considered like cruel and unusual punishment or something like that.
no,
But I mean, I know like they'll like tie people like hospital beds, like if they'll like have seizures or something
Yeah.
like that, if they'll self harm.
No, like they use the straight up straitjacket on the guy for an hour and a half, and then they like must have went and actually like looked into him. It was like, oh shit, this guy had legit concerns, and we just put him in the psych ward, saying he was Delulu.
That oh
Yeah. Like, why wouldn't you, after he's saying all of these things, be like, okay, I'm going to go look it up quick?
or you know they have a psych ward. That would mean they would have like an actual like therapist, like a psychologist,
not even
someone to
that.
actually
Just
like.
use the fucking, look on your phone.
Oh yeah.
Just look him up and be like, oh yeah, this guy's telling the truth. Okay, let's, do something about this. Instead of being like, nah, lock you up. You're Delulu. Like, what the frick? That's so messed up.
Well, I mean, okay, so there's kind of a famous thing with Tony Hawk. Every time he tries to go rent a car, like he can't.
Yeah,
Because
they
no one
keep-
believes that it's actually him.
They delete his name off the thing because they're like, oh, I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw a video. He was on a podcast. Like, he's so down to earth and cool. It's
Yeah.
awesome, like, listening to him talk. But
Yeah.
he was talking about, like, in the beginning of the Tony Hawk games.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, yeah, this is so cool, whatever, whatnot. Like, he wasn't really expecting much from it. And then he met with, like, the guy that was overseeing the games at the time. And the guy was like, yeah, your games are doing, like, really good right now. And Tony Hawk was like, oh, shit, I might make, like, $1 million. That's awesome. And then the guy, like, slides him over a check. And it was for $4 million.
Jesus.
And he was like, I almost shit myself right there. It's like, yeah, I probably would too. I'd be like, what is this? So that's cool. That's awesome. I wonder if he continues to make money off of those games.
I don't know. I'm sure he gets royalties or something.
Yeah, probably. I mean, people are still, I guess none of them are new anymore. They should make a new one.
They should. Well, they made what was it called? It's called Skate.
Oh,
Like that was, I think it was like the spiritual successor to it, but that was like the PlayStation 3 era, like Xbox 360 era.
yeah, they need to make more like
90s games.
no, just like pop culture games. Like they used to have like extreme snowboarding and shit too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was always fun.
Those were rad.
But like, you don't get that shit anymore. That kind of sucks. Unless they're out there, I just don't know because I don't own a console really anymore. I have my Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, when's the last time you turned that on?
Not that long ago actually.
You still playing Animal Crossing?
No, I wasn't playing Animal Crossing. And I got a new headset, and I've now redone it. I painted it and put vinyl on it. Glow-in-the-dark vinyl.
Dope.
Gotta be awesome sauce all the time.
You should get a black light in here.
Well, once I get my light boxes done.
Non-boob lights.
Light boxes done, then that'll be nice. I don't think you can get an LED black light, though. I don't think you can get them to do the black light thing. And I'm not getting black light bulbs, because literally nothing in here is black light.
Maybe some stuff is. Some of your paints. I do know.
Yeah, I mean, I have those paints. That's the only ones that would do it.
Yeah, I do know. At least I know Gibson. The polish on a Gibson guitar will phosphoresce under a black light.
Yeah. I'm not rich enough for one of those. I'm not going to have one of those ever.
The reason why I know that is back when I still worked for the band. Which one was it? Was it Brogan? They got a Gibson Explorer, egg-shaped ones.
Fuck yeah. What did you say? Egg shaped?
X.
Oh, I was like, egg shaped? What the hell?
And we're setting up as like black lights. Like one of them had like a cool like silver burst, and it's like, oh, it's like green around the edges. And like he pulls his out, it's like it was all black, but it's like glowing green except for like a part of like the main horn, because we think that it was probably like repaired, like it broke or something. It's like so it's like someone chopped it off.
That is most likely, yeah. But yeah, I knew that, but I'm never gonna be able to afford one of those, so I'm not gonna. I don't care.
Save your pennies.
No.
Also,
no.
you're
those are like $2,000.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're a Fender fan though, aren't you?
No.
Oh, really?
I don't give a shit.
Oh, you just play what you play.
I am tired of like having those fucking Stratocaster looking bitches though, because I have.
I thought you had. Oh.
I got three of them.
I thought your purple one was a Strat, but no, it's not.
No, I don't have a single name brand guitar. I think. What is that one?
That's a Fender.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
but it's an
not,
acoustic.
That's not mine anyway.
That's.
I only own one guitar.
You have 4.
No, those cases are fucking full, dude. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them in here. I only own one.
Just
I don't
collect
know.
these things.
Well, that one was Little Brothers, and it has now been gifted to me. I guess the white one. I'm pointing out the white one.
Yes.
The
Black
black
acoustic.
one. Do we have a name for her? What was her name? Shit.
Your older sister?
Yeah. The middle one. We'll just call her the middle one from now on because I can't remember. And she's gonna yell at us and be like, "Hey, this
Terminator?"
is Oh yeah, there we go. It's like, well, I know we had a name.
The middle one.
That one was Terminator's, but it's mildly broken and ticks everybody off. So I'm gonna make that some sort of art piece, most likely.
Dope.
That one is also hers,
Yeah.
but I'm using it for now. And then I have a bass guitar. That's my older sister's, but she didn't like it because it was red.
Oh. Yeah, that one used to be hanging up.
Yeah. And then I have the very first guitar that we've ever owned. Wait, it was Terminator's as well.
The black one with the A-Basin sticker?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's in the other case? There's something in there.
No, I'm not going to bust it out now.
Yeah, I mean, all that shit's going to just fall over if you look at it wrong. And then I have my purple one, which is some off-brand nonsense. But
Yeah.
it looked cool.
It looks like a Strat body.
It is. That's what it, like, that's what that one is. That's what that one is. Yeah. That's what the other one is. I really want an Explorer body, but I'd probably get, what's the off-branded Gibson?
Epiphone.
Oh, Epiphone. You're right. I really want an Epiphone one, but those are expensive as hell too.
Well, now they are, yeah, because they used to be like the entry level, but now it's like
the
kind of medium grade.
Shit's getting expensive. That's how it is.
No, Ibanez does like all like the thrash metal looking stuff. It's all spiky.
No, they have some normal look. They have like some Strat looking bodies and all kinds of stuff. They're not always. No, if you want to get like the death metal ones, get like a Schecter.
Yeah.
Those
like
are so cool.
Gretsch.
Yeah, those are cool. I really want a Schecter too, and I almost bought one that was on sale, and I should have. So mad about it. But I already have 7 guitars that I don't know what to do with. They just, those ones sitting over there. I think that white one, I'm going to repaint or restain the fretboard in the head. Because I really like the white on black, the black on white, but I don't like the light wood on that. So I might do something black or dark or some shit. I don't know. We'll get there after I'm finished with all my other Dick Dan projects. Because I just did my headset. I have to still finish fixing my teapot that I busted.
Yeah, that's right. 'Cause that's a long, laborious process.
That's going to take a couple weeks still, I think. And I was working on something else. Oh, I'm painting some shit.
Yeah, I see that. There's a little truck.
Yeah, so in the back of it is like little seasonal things that you can put it in it. So I'm trying to finish that. I'm starting to work on my painting that I've been waiting my paint since like December.
Oh, your funny
blue,
colors.
It's like the Klein blue and the
The
black.
pinkest pink.
No, it's black 4.0. It's the blackest fucking paint you can buy right now. And I'm so excited to use it, and it's gonna look whack as hell. And then the ultra powder. So that one is like a UV glow powder.
Interesting.
So it's gonna be those 3 colors, and that's all I'm gonna use on it.
Rad.
So I don't know. We'll see how that one turns out. I have it pictured in my head, but I don't know if it's gonna work okay.
So those are just pigments, though. What do you mix them with? Just
The 2 are not pigments. Those are pigments and those are pigments. But right next to you, where you see the pink is pink and the yellow.
Oh, the one that says base.
Yeah, super base. So you mix them in with that, and it smells nice, which is weird.
Usually paint kind of chemically.
No, they made it smell nice. I don't know. It smells nice. But yeah, that's all Stuart Simple stuff. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to talk about. I got new graphic design programs.
Dope.
Because apparently the photo editing program I was using doesn't exist anymore. So I got Affinity.
I feel like I've heard of that.
It is dead-ass Photoshop.
Rad.
Yeah, so they have Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, which is like InDesign. So it's Photoshop InDesign. And, oh no, Designer's more like Illustrator.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like a vector creator.
And the other one is like InDesign. And I forgot what it's called. Publish something or another. But it was like, I got a good deal on it. It was only like 120. And it's
for all 3 of them?
It's a fucking lifetime license. Yeah.
Those don't exist anymore.
I know. That's what I've been looking for is lifetime licenses. Yeah. So I was worried because I was like, I really wanted to get Freetone, which is a Stuart Simple product, but it was free, and it was like an Adobe plugin, and it's like Pantone.
Oh.
But free, and then the book to go with it was $30.
Well, yeah,
so I
but
just saved myself
thousands. Yeah, because when we did the Pantone thing, like the whole like carousel, that's like $5,000, isn't it?
I think it's more than that.
And then it updates over like what, 5 years?
Some of them don't update.
Oh.
But they're always adding new shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was free for Freetone. So highly recommend. But I was worried because it was like Adobe. It's like an Adobe plugin thing, but it works on Affinity.
So I wonder if it's like same like architecture.
Yeah, I think it's pretty similar.
Yeah.
Then what else do I get? Oh, I got a web page building program. So
Yeah, you're building a site.
I might or might not. I don't know.
What?
I can't decide. I was working on it, but then I was like, maybe later. But I at least have templates built out at this point. So that's really all I need. Because if somebody wants a website now, I can just plug all their shit in a template. and call it good.
It's not what Squarespace does.
Yeah, like Squarespace and like Wix and WordPress, they do all this shit. Like you tell it what you want it to do,
Yeah.
but you have to pay for a subscription to have it.
Oh.
Then you have to pay more for a domain,
Oh.
and most of the time you have to pay for like extra shit, and it gets expensive fast, and it's like not. You have to keep paying that shit every month, otherwise.
Oh. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. So no, I don't recommend those. Just have somebody build you a goddamn website and get it done and get it over with.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're looking at Final Cut
Oh, for movies?
for this.
Yeah.
So
Video editing movies.
video editing, yes. For the YouTubes.
I thought, no. What's the Adobe?
Premiere.
Premiere, that's right. I was
Yeah.
like, it's not Final Cut. I thought, who makes Final Cut?
That's an Apple product.
Oh, okay. That's why.
Good old Apple. That's why it's so goddamn expensive, but it is like the golden standard of video
Oh,
editing
yeah.
these days. So I'll take it. And it's a one-time.
Oh,
It's
dope.
not a subscription either. That was my main point and why it took me so long to get all this shit
Mm-hmm.
is because everything was subscription and I don't want it. Even freaking Adobe is subscription.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I remember when they switched it, like, I stopped getting it. Like, well, I mean, one of the statute of limitations actually had run out on that thing. Well, I was using a not necessarily legitimate form of Photoshop.
Oh,
Basically, it's an infinite free trial,
yeah.
which is weird. I guess, like, a lot of, like, CAD software is the same way, too.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like, you
you
can
when you
still
download it, you
use
download
it.
the entire thing.
Yeah.
You just need a license after, like, 30 minutes or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember when Adobe products switched over to see the
Yeah, it's CS6.
CSS suite
Yeah.
because I was in college and I was learning CS5
Mm-hmm.
or CS6.
Probably CS6.
It was CS6, and then it was right on the cusp of crossover. So my classes were CS6, but we had to use CSS
Oh.
to get our shit done and then save it as the previous
Yeah.
as CS6. And it was such a pain in the ass because they didn't have everything. Like, it was such a big gap between CS6 and CSS
Mhm.
that, like, shit would disappear and whatnot. And fonts would not exist anymore. It was such a pain in the ass.
I still
So-
remember the quantum leap between 3 and 4.
Yeah, I'm not that old.
And then, well, there wasn't really anything difference between 4 and 5. It was
No.
just the different ways you can save things. And then I don't think I ever used 6.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I ever used 5. I only used 6 and CSS. But now even that shit's all fucking different. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been working on shit left and right. Busy. Is that it for this one? That is it for this
I
one,
mean, I think so.
I guess. Methinks. You are not drinking anything right now.
No, I'm opening
Because it's
it.
not
It's
open yet.
Bush Peach.
It's a Bush Light Peach.
Which apparently, like, Nebraska is actually like a test bed for certain things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, I don't think, like, the Bush Latte,
Yeah.
like, what actually said Bush Latte on it, like,
Yeah.
that was, like, only a Nebraska thing. Like, they didn't have it in other states.
I don't know about that. I don't think that's true because I think they had it in Iowa and shit too.
Well, Iowa's just
So it was
diet Nebraska.
around. It was around the Midwest.
Oh, yeah, it was a Midwest thing.
The Midwest is a good pool for testing shit. I feel like because we're not snobby like
Well, yeah,
The
and
West.
you're not gonna lose like a shit ton of money.
yeah.
You know, if you only give it to like 1 million people, as opposed to like, oh, we're gonna drop this thing in LA and 13 million people are gonna hate it.
Yeah, like I feel like the West is too snobby for some things. The East is too judgmental, and
We're just too damn nice.
well, we'll give our honest opinion without like dragging on something where other places won't. It's so bad in other places. But yeah. Anyway, I'm drinking a protein shake for this one.
Good job.
Yep. Because I didn't eat anything beforehand. Because I got home, I was like, "Oh shit, I need to study a little bit quick before we
Cram.
record. So, yeah, I have a protein shake, and I will eat real food later, I guess.
At some point.
Maybe in between episodes. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, you can find us on the Facebooks, the Instagrams.
And now you have a TikTok?
I have a TikTok for making stuff now. So if you want to see what I'm working on, go to the TikTok. I don't know how the shit to use it, but I'm trying. All right.
You get a tripod with a ring light and you do dances.
No, I'm not. My face will never be on there.
Nah.
Let's see.
You can message us and you can buy our merch. We have t-shirts,
Yeah,
pins,
yeah.
stickers,
We have-
magnets.
March. You can find us on patreon.com/randomroulette if you'd like to donate to our cause, which would be awesome because that video software is expensive.
$5 subscription. You can choose a topic.
Yeah. And it would be quite lovely and kind if you could leave us a review,
Oh, yeah.
because I keep forgetting about that because that changes the algorithm to make us more frequented if you give us a review. Hopefully good. I don't know. Just a review of some sort, I guess.
Any interaction.
Yep, something. Anyway, I think that is it for that spiel, usually.
And now we're on to games.
Yeah, what did you do?
So,
I don't know why.
when you were little, did you ever make up stories?
I think all children do that.
Yeah. Like, like make believe. Were you ever into, say, like, well, not necessarily fairy tales, but things like Where the Wild Things Are?
Oh, no.
Like, very like isekai, like kid type stuff.
No.
Oh. Well, that's a shame.
It's not. I grew up rock and roll death metal, so we're I don't know. We're past all that.
Okay. I mean, I was raised on like Dr. Seuss and, Berenstain Bears and shit like that.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
No. You didn't have Dr. Seuss? Everyone had Dr.
We had
Seuss.
school, but it's like, this is lame as hell.
I learned on those books. But yeah, so like fairy tales have always been like a huge, this is always kind of like a thing. It's like, I like that form of storytelling. And I like when they, when creators try to make like more like adult versions of it. Things like the Brothers Grimm. I mean, that's usually kind of where they'll come from. And then
Yeah,
Disney
the
kidified
adult
them.
version is
It is
the
the real
original
one.
version.
So I, over the last week, have been playing a game called Child of Light. And it's a modern fairy tale. But
It's not on my list. That one might be on my Steam list, but I'm not
have
sure.
you played it?
I don't know.
Oh. So the whole idea was basically they kind of just put a game around a much bigger thing. It was actually originally started as like a poetry and music project and then added art and then it became a game.
All right.
It's like, yeah, instead of like, oh, here, we're going to set out to make a game. So instead of hiring people like programmers and, stuff like that, they hired directors for things like Cirque du Soleil and like actual like watercolor painters. And, they hired like the music staff before they hired like the game writers. And it was kind of like all this one project. Did you find it?
No, I gotta do 2-factor authentication for my
Oh,
goddamn Steam account. Why? Why must you do this to me?
The Steam version of it is probably the better way to play it. It is on the Switch, but there's something with the audio that doesn't quite work, and that's like a big
Part
part of the game.
Oops.
So the whole thing, it's an isekai tale. Actually, and the all the dialogue is done in rhyming pentameter because it was originally a poem.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Why do I have to sign in again?
So,
Shit.
you're just driving the struggle bus over there.
I know.
If you go on YouTube and you find the original trailer for it, The trailer is actually narrated by this very like motherly sounding lady. Like she kind of has this low like quiet talking voice, like she's telling a bedtime story. And it's gameplay in the background, but the voiceover is this absolutely lovely poem. It's, child, tuck yourself in bed. Let me tell a story of Lemuria, a kingdom past, and a girl bound for glory. Lost from her world came she, treachery gave close chase. She raised her sword and flew, for she feared not the race. 3 long-lost lights to save, a mad queen to defeat. The journey would transform her, her destiny to meet. The path home tragic and faint. Beware the night, child of light. And the whole game is just stanza poetry like that.
Yeah, how's that?
And then, of course, the actual artwork is all watercolor.
Like Gree?
Yeah, it's a lot like Gree. And the whole thing of like it being a fairy tale. So it's actually it's definitely geared toward probably a younger audience. I think it's like E10 plus.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like I think it's the only rating it has on it is like fantasy violence because it is an RPG game.
Yeah.
I guess we'll get into the gameplay a little bit. There is a very, very unique mechanic in like the battle system where you can have like your little brother play as this little firefly character that flies around. And if you move the firefly character over one of your team members and you make him glow, he'll start to heal you.
Oh.
And if you move it over an enemy character, it'll blind them.
Oh, nice.
So the whole game, the battle system is on just like a timer. And so like you can see like where everyone is on the timer. Like some characters move fast, some characters move slow.
Yeah.
And then at about like the 4/5 mark, then you choose your action. And then your action has like a cast time. Well, if you're attacked while you're in the cast section, it knocks you back to the beginning of the line. So the trick of the game is to attack enemies before they attack you, and then like kind of trap them in a loop where they can't attack.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
If you blind them with the firefly, then they move a lot slower. So then you can manipulate the time a lot more.
Okay.
And so it's kind of cool because you can you could play with like your niece or something like that, and like they could move around. There's also things like in the battlefield where it's if you go up against like some bushes that have little fireflies around it, you'll collect like healing items and things like that.
Cool.
So it's like it's actually interactive for your little brother mode. It's like Tails and Sonic.
Heels.
The outer world is just it's like a side scrolling again it's supposed to look like a storybook. So it's just basic platforming. There's some really cool puzzles in it. And then all the characters that you meet have like they all have different rhyming schemes. So like they all speak in rhyme, but they all have different like syllabic counts. So like each one's a little bit more unique.
Yeah.
And there's one character that always messes up the last line.
Oh no. Oh no.
So it's like you're reading it. There's no the only voiceover is the mother telling the story.
Oh yeah.
And it's like in between like major story beats.
Yeah.
But as you're like reading it, it's like you're getting like in the rhythm of her speech, and then she just fumbles it right all the time.
Oh no.
And the little firefly guy, he always comes and corrects her.
No.
It's like he can't stand it.
Yeah, that's funny. Yes, of course. The grammatical correct firefly.
So the whole thing is really kind of another big game mechanic is how you like get stronger. So because the whole game is based on lights.
Yeah.
Like your firefly, that's a big thing. How it's all watercolor, everything's like transparent. You're trying to find 3 lost lights: the sun, the moon, and the stars. There's an upgrade system that's based off of RGB.
Oh,
It's light.
cool.
So you like at the end of certain battles or in like certain chests, you'll find gems, and they'll be like you'll get like a ruby, an emerald, and a sapphire. Mm-hmm. Well, if you mix, just like RGB, if you mix red and green, you get yellow.
Yeah.
And then if you mix blue and
Red and green. Green is yellow?
and light,
Yeah, that's right.
and then you'll get cyan,
Yeah,
and you'll
because
get magenta.
it's the CMYK
Yeah.
kind of.
And if you mix the 3 primaries, you get white.
Yeah.
And so like it's, each each color kind of has like its own thing that it does. Like red, it protects you from fire. I think the yellow allows you to attack with a light spell.
Oh,
And so it's actually kind of advantageous.
Yeah.
Like it's not necessary in the like you don't have to master it, but it's kind of like a cool thing. And I just like how it's all light based.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't want to do like too much story synopsis, just because I really want more people to play this game because it's absolutely beautiful, and it's by Ubisoft, which you'd think like, what?
Ubisoft.
Oh well, and it's all done by this one small French studio. So I think it was one of the ones that, like they bought out and they probably ran it
Yeah,
around. Doesn't
yeah.
exist anymore.
Because Ubisoft would be like that.
Yeah, but it was really done by like a skeleton crew. Like there's one lady that like wrote all the music for it, and then I'm trying to remember which they actually for some like the boss battle themes they actually had like a full orchestra. And I want to say it was some Philharmonic somewhere. I want to say Vancouver. I don't know, but they actually had like a very like world famous orchestra actually like do the music for it.
Oh, nice.
That's kind of cool. But yeah, this one lady like did it, most of the music is piano, and because the whole story is kind of about this little girl like trying to get home. It's all like the melody kind of like wanders and everything's kind of like stretched out a little bit, but there's a little bit like melancholy behind it, and this whole game is about like capturing mood. From like the artwork to the story and very, very much the music. Music in games has always been like very, very like strong for me. Like if a game has a good soundtrack, it's a good game. If a game has a shitty soundtrack, I just
Ooh, I do not agree.
ugh.
There's some games that have good soundtracks and they're absolute garbage.
Like what?
I don't know. I'm gonna say Final Fantasy because I really don't like it that much.
Oh, we just did an episode of
I
Nobuo
know.
Uematsu.
The music is better than the game.
Oh well, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that happens a lot where the music is better than the game, or or the game just has like a really shitty soundtrack, and you just hear it, and it's like I can't play this anymore because I cannot listen to this any longer.
Actually, another game that kind of suffers from that same syndrome is Mirror's Edge.
I don't know. I've never played that one.
It's probably came out on the 360. It's a parkour game.
What?
Parkour.
Oh, I just heard Parker, and I was like, what does that
parkour.
mean?
Yeah, so it's all like movement
Parkour.
based and like wall riding and stuff like that, but it's all done in first person, so it's kind of weird to control.
Yeah.
But the music for it is awesome. It's all like super like lo-fi, like yeah, because you're sneaking into shit all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah.
It's pretty sweet. Give it a listen. Anyway, Child of Light.
Yep.
And again, because this is all poetry, I'll give you the opening. And again, it's similar to the trailer, but this is like actually like how the story begins. So it's child, tuck yourself in bed. Let me tell you a story of Lemuria, a long lost kingdom, and a girl bound for glory. Inostria was a crowned land ruled by a duke, Aurora his daughter, child of a duchess mysterious, beloved by her father. He raised the girl alone. They were rarely apart, till the duke felt lonely and misplaced his heart. It was a great Friday before Easter, 1895. Players performed for the duke, his new bride by his side. That night Aurora went to sleep. The fire burned down low. She caught a chill that spread. Her skin was cold as snow. At dawn they found her, vacant. Aurora's light had gone out. Her father wept and pleaded, but there could be no doubt. For all intents and purposes, Aurora was dead. And yet, once upon a time, she woke in a strange land instead.
Oh, is that like so she died and
Yeah.
she is now looking for her light?
Yeah. So she gets isekai'd into Lemuria from Austria. I have no idea why they chose Austria, but that's just
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of interesting. But there's this whole thing, like as as that story is being told, all the artwork is like stained glass windows, and so it's like as each stanza has like its own thing. One of the images is her father giving her a little crown. and so she's a princess because he's Duke. And when Aurora introduces herself to other characters, they assume that she's a princess because she has a crown, but she takes it off and it says FAUX on the inside of it.
Oh.
It's not a real crown; it's a faux crown. But because it was a gift from her mother, and then given to her by her father, it actually has magical properties.
All right.
So there is a story reason why she actually gets isekai'd away, and it's actually because her mother disappeared. Her mother was actually the queen of Lemuria, and so as before she went away, she actually cast a spell onto the crown to bring her there when she died.
Oh, well, that's neat.
Yeah.
So she's still dead though. And
Well, she's isekai'd. I don't know.
she's still dead.
Just transformed into another land. So the first thing that you come across, okay, she's in a new land. She's scared. She's kind of freaked out. And all the enemies are bugs because she's in this big forest.
Oh.
And she finds what's his name? Did I write that down? Probably should have, but I didn't. The firefly. It's Illuminacious, something like that. I can't remember. It's very clever. She finds him, and he goes, "Oh, I've been looking for an Aurora." It's oh, that's me. It's cool. Come with me.
What?
So yeah, this little firefly is also just another kindred spirit of Lemuria because technically she is also princess of Lemuria.
Yeah.
But just again, kind of setting the story, and again, I don't want to get too deep in synopsis of the story, but basically, there's the Queen Umbra and her two daughters that have stolen the three lights, and it's Aurora's mission to bring them back. The first boss fight is actually you go to this old monastery, and there's this it looks like a woman trapped in the stained glass. And there's these two gargoyles that you fight, and after you fight them, you unlock the stained glass window by using the firefly's light to cast shadows.
Oh, all right.
Because the mechanics that are really cool. And it's this old forest lady that gives her this whistle and gives her the mission to save Lemuria, find the lights, the highest high, go to the lowest low, and beware the umbral queen. So it's all supposed to be very, very fairy tale, and it's all told just very wonderfully and all this little poetry. And of course, as any RPG goes, you have to amass your team. So upon meeting the forest lady, she gives her little fairy wings, and as they were doing the Foley for it, all the sound effects and things, they found out that the best way to get the sound of wings is actually take giant carnations, the flowers, just beat them.
Oh.
So it's weird. So it doesn't. They didn't want it to sound like an insect.
Yeah.
But they still wanted to sound fluttery.
Yeah.
But they didn't want it to sound they're fairy wings, so they're not feathered.
Yeah, more probably butterfly wings than insect, because
Yeah.
insect wings are always super buzzy.
Yeah.
Bzz.
Yeah. And so she gets the ability to fly, and that's how she can get to the highest high and the lowest low. She meets a jester who is trying to find her long-lost brother. She's in the circus. She's the one that can't rhyme. And the circus travels on these hot air balloons. So as she goes up, she comes across all these balloons and finds this. It's yeah, I'm looking for my brother. Help me find it. It's cool. Come join me. As you go through the forest, you find this whole village that's full of crows.
Oh.
And it's and you try to talk to him, and it's this caw. It's what?
What is going on?
And then you find this little troll guy. Well, he's kind of he's a wizard. He's the caster and as the game class goes. But he's like a garden gnome. So he has this huge long beard goes all the way to the ground.
Yes, of course.
Well, he was out getting supplies, and he comes back, and his whole village is turned to crows.
Oh.
And they find out that there's a poison well. So, of course, again, more fairy tale, just story beats and things. You heal the well, and it turns out that, this is his village. All of his friends are back now. They're not birds anymore. You find out that it was the Umbral Queen that actually poisoned this thing. So the whole game is kind of going through, just not only getting to know the land that you're in, but also healing it a little bit.
Yeah. Does it ever explain what happens to her mom?
It does, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm not going to go into that part
Okay.
because I want you to play the game.
Spoiler alert!
There's a village of varied capitalist mice.
Yeah. Oh.
Like think Chronicles of Narnia, like Reapy Cheap, like he's a fencing mice.
I
watch-
never read any of
Never read
those.
Chronicles of Narnia.
No.
No, they're mice people, but they're warriors. So they fight with like fencing, like sabers. Yeah, so you meet them. He's trying to get rich so he can win the hand of his crush,
Oh God.
and she rejects him. So he's like, "Don't be sad. Come with us."
Oh.
You do meet one of Aurora's sisters, and she joins the party, and she has a lot of like time magic. So like,
Wait, where the fuck did she come from though?
well, she got isekai'd as well somehow.
Is she younger or older?
Yeah, Aurora's the youngest. There's three sisters. Stepsisters. Because
Oh, okay. I was like,
because remember he
how did this happen?
and she directs her to go to this Temple of the Moon. It's like, oh, go get the moon. And there's a magical mirror that will bring her back to Austria, because as the story progresses, she's getting visions of like her father, like his health is failing because
Yeah.
he's dying of a broken heart.
Yeah.
And so she's trying really, really hard to get back home because it's like, you know what, screw this land. It's not my land. It's whatever. And so Aurora starts to say like goodbye to all of her friends as she's going to go, back to Austria. The mirror doesn't take her to Austria. It takes her to the top of Queen Umbra's tower.
Oh.
And she captures her and she's in prison, and all of her other friends are captured in the dungeon below.
What?
Yeah. And it turns out that her stepsister is actually Queen Umbra's daughter, and that Queen Umbra was the other lady that the Duke married before Aurora died.
What? Okay. I don't know. I'm not keeping track of that.
Okay.
It's too confusing. Doesn't
What?
make any sense.
Well, if you'd have played, if I was giving you a better job, but I really can't recommend it enough. The gameplay itself is actually really compelling. The story is absolutely fantastic, and it's very, very accessible. There actually is someone who took all the dialogue and but a lot of kind of the story beats and actually made it into a book. So you can actually read it as a bedtime story.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is
cool.
really what the whole thing is about. I kind of wish there was a lot more games like this. I mean, there are if you find them. Things like Gree.
Yeah, you just gotta dig through the piles of
Yeah.
weird games and novels
Yeah.
on Steam.
There are a few games that when I play them, it's like, okay, video games are actually an art form and a very effective art form. And this is one of those games that really, really solidifies it for me. One of the other ones being Shadow of the Colossus. Gree was insanely amazing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that game has absolutely no dialogue. It's all just artwork.
Yeah.
That game is fantastic. I'm trying to think what other ones that are actually just wow. Well, in different ways, Hellblade, Son of a Sacrifice. That's no.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
That's actually probably
I don't think we play the
saddest game.
same type of games.
No. And I don't know. Well, people consume various art forms for different reasons. There's a reason why people listen to pop music. There's a reason why people listen to metal music.
I played so many goddamn hours into freaking Pokemon games. That is where my life went. It's in the Pokemons. Yeah, I spent way too much time on Pokemon games in my youth. I would say a lot too many. And when I got my PS1, I played a lot of Twisted Metal for absolutely no reason because it was
Hell
a
yeah.
pretty shit game.
No, that game's awesome.
It was pretty bad. It was glitchy as hell, and I mean, once you get the cheat codes from the internet, though, it's way more fun.
Yeah, it breaks everything.
Yeah.
But, dear listener, if you are interested, you can find Child of Light on Steam and on Switch. I think it's $20.
Yeah.
There is like a quote definitive edition where you get some starting items a little bit earlier, and there's another character to unlock. He's a golem. You have to find his parts, and his whole quest is he's trying to find the part that he can't figure out what's missing, and it's actually like friendship. Like that's
Oh,
as he comes
God,
on.
that's so cheesy.
Well, I mean, again, this is supposed to be like kind of a kid's fairy tale, so of course.
Oh, my leg is stuck.
Oh no.
Oops.
But yeah, that's Child of Light. One of my probably top 10 favorite games.
Right on.
Had a lot of fun with it, and it's not like terribly long. You could probably do it in. I mean, I was playing like about an hour a day for about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your number one on your game list? If you say Final Fantasy, I might throw something.
No. Okay. So again, like any like top 10 lists like that, it's like, well, what do you mean? Like, well, what's your favorite movie? It's like, well, my favorite movie's Gone in 60 Seconds, but it's not because like,
Oh, God.
not because it's a good movie. It's because of the way that makes me feel and you know, the people it reminds me of. So, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is actually the most important game I've ever played. It's brutal. It's about a lady that's it's a story of redemption, and the main mechanic of the game is that your character has psychosis,
Oh,
and so like you have to play it with headphones because the voices in her head they speak to you.
have I heard of that one? Hold on.
Maybe I think I've talked about it before.
The second one?
Well, the first one. I'm actually playing through the second one as well.
Oh, okay.
But the first one is very, very good. But as far as like games you've probably heard of,
Oh, yeah, I've heard of this one. Okay.
Horizon Zero Dawn is actually probably one of the best games I've ever played.
I have to look up that one.
Horizon Zero Dawn is awesome. It's a post-apocalyptic, but like all the animals are robots.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one too. Okay.
Yeah, and you play as you play as the chick from Brave, basically.
Never.
Yeah,
You, God damn it, computer.
went to sleep.
I thought I changed
tired.
this. Why are you doing this to me? There we go. It's still going. We're good.
All right.
Cool.
So that's my game. Like I said, for like the millionth time, can't recommend it enough.
All right. Anywho,
Spin to win.
you win nothing.
No.
Where is it? There it is. All right. Are you ready?
Let's go.
You got music.
Music. I always get music, and you always want to get music, but you never get music.
I know. It makes me salty.
I'm actually running out of notebook.
Oh,
don't got much
man.
left.
What are you going to use for a notebook after that?
I don't know yet.
Oh. I see. You have no idea?
Woohoo. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
I was running. Oh, I ran out of one of my study notebooks. I got to the last page. So what I had to do is I had to go through all of the vocabulary quick and do all of those, and then use the rest of that notebook for what's left. Yeah, fun stuff. Anyway, I think that is it.
I'll just leave you with the joke.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. How many people died in the Titanic?
Not enough,
A boatload.
but they all didn't die.
God damn it.
You can't get them past me. Wasn't my response was better.
Not enough? Jesus.
There could have been more. It's fine. Anyway, drink your waters.
What your plants, not your pants.
Treat yourself like a plant. Water, sunshine, foods.
Yes.
Maybe.
A good environment to grow in.
Yep. Maybe. Try that. I don't know. We're houseplants, right?
Yes.
All right. Hydrate so you don't dehydrate.
Bye.
Goodbye.